Hello everyone, Gummy Luigi 65 here, coming at you with a new video, and quite a topical one at that. Earlier today, Nintendo directly broadcasted a new livestream focusing on the new Kirby Air Riders game for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, usually I do not keep up with the latest Nintendo news, headlines, and updates, as I have much more important things to do, like the dishes, organizing my recyclables, writing my novel, and of course, checking my Grinder app every 5 minutes. However, I was notified about this stream from my co-worker, Brown Luigi Gaming, whom he got the information from his friend Trevor, and Trevor showed him the following clip, which he later showed to me.
そしてもう一つ、マイルでは買えない収集要素があります。グミです。
As you can see from the previous clip I have showed on screen, they are officially adding Gummy to Kirby Air Riders, and I must say, I'm quite mixed on this. I feel like in this current age, the term Gummy tends to get thrown around here and there, to the point where I often fear that it has lost its meaning entirely. People are often using it as a descriptor, a compliment, and even a derogatory term at times. But I feel I must remind people what Gummy really means, and as a Gummy guy myself, I think I have the proper authority to do so. Simply put, Gummy is Gummy. It is not a descriptor, it is not a state of mind, it is not an emotion, it is simply Gummy. And if you treat Gummy as anything more than that, then you, by all definitions of the word, are wrong. Now, let us all keep this in mind as we dissect what Gummy-related content Nintendo has added to the new Kirby Air Riders game. Upon dissecting the footage, it appears that gummies are mere collectibles in this new game. Collectibles which serve no purpose. When collecting things in video games, I like to think there is some sort of point to it, an end goal. Why do you collect notes in Banjo-Kazooie? To open the note doors so you can save your sister Tootie. Why do you collect Smarties in Smarties Meltdown? Of course, to save the Smarties and the factory from the evil Dr. Soursweet. Why do you collect bullets in Call of Duty United Offensive? To kill people. All these collectibles have a purpose that go towards achieving an overall bigger goal. The Gummy collectibles in Kirby Air Riders, on the other hand, do not serve a purpose in any way, shape, or form. The most you can do with them is play around with them like a mere toddler, which only dampens the already childish reputation that gummies have. It's all just clutter. Useless, meaningless, pointless clutter. What a humongous mess Kirby is making, and as somebody who tries to keep their space as tidy as possible, this really bothers me. To me, gummies feel like an artificial way to bloat the game's content, making it seem bigger than it really is. Not to mention it being a very cheap method to try to appeal to the Gummy audience. Now, I do not wish to cause an outrage, as I'm sure Nintendo did not intend for this to offend anybody. Of course, I would say that, but this line right here really struck me to my core. This isn't something you have to constantly pay attention to, but I hope you aim to become a Gummillionaire. A Gummillionaire. How utterly insensitive. Just when I feel like society has become more tolerant, bullshit like this happens. I'm sorry for swearing, guys. I do not usually do that on my videos. I like to keep them educational and family friendly. But this really pushed me over the edge. I could hardly contain my anger. A large portion of my energy is currently being used to suppress the urge to scream at the top of my lungs. But that is all I will say on the matter for now. Needless to say, as I've already pretty much said it the entire video, I am not happy with this new Gummy addition to Kirby Air Riders for Nintendo Switch 2. It does not really add anything new or interesting to the game. In fact, it barely adds anything at all. Not to mention horrific misuse of the term gummy as used right here. So, hopefully Nintendo hears our complaints and they want for a better tomorrow and they patch these things out day one. Otherwise, I will not be purchasing this game. Not that I would anyway, as it looks a bit too violent and scary for my standards. Now, if you guys need me, I will once again be booting up Pocoyo Racing for the Nintendo Wii. I have been quite obsessed with this game lately, and I highly recommend everybody to give it a shot. Who knows, you may find yourself spending more time with this game than you would with Kirby Air Riders.